Hey, what's up, everybody? Heaven here. I just moisturized, so I look a little shiny. Anyway, today is February 17th. It is day one of the year of the fire horse. It's also Tuesday. Anyway, I'm coming to you kind of like as a diary because I don't know what you've been experiencing, obviously. How could I know? But I know on my end, my patience has thinned in the sense of like, and not even in an agitated way, it's just I'm uninterested in nonsense. And when I say nonsense, I really just mean anything that is not about me moving forward or just being happy or love or celebrating life. I used to be disappointed in the people around me, in the games they would play, the things that they do that they think that you don't know what they're doing because you're not calling them out on it constantly. And I read recently this book called A Return to Love by Marianne Williamson. I have it over here somewhere. Anyway, and I would suggest you read it. It's really, the entire book is really like study material for another book, A Course in Miracles. I don't know if you've heard of that, but it references the book endlessly. But it's very useful, the book, for a perspective. Actually, one of the major focuses of A Return to Love is that a miracle is a change in perception, which makes a lot of sense given that your entire reality is perception. But my change in perception, the miracle that I've been granted recently, is having like compassion on a different kind of level for people. People who practice unloving behavior, who are manipulative, who smile in your face and try and orchestrate negative things about for you or behind your back, whatever. As much as before I would be disappointed, now I kind of just feel understanding. I really understand that there's a lot of illusions out there, and it's really easy to get caught up in an illusion. And also, if you don't know what love is, then chances are you're not going to walk around displaying love. It's like, I think it's Dr. Wayne Dyer would say, how did he say it? Oh man, I wish I could remember exactly what he said, but pretty much, I want to say it was with the orange juice in a cup. Anyway, the idea is just that if someone doesn't have love inside of them, they can't give it to you. So if you're around people and they're not being compassionate, they're not being kind, they're not being supportive, they're being negative, they're being judgmental, giving negative projections onto you, that's because that's what's already inside of them. And that's not a judgment, that's just an assessment. Whatever has happened before you has led to this person choosing this because they think it's the only choice or the best choice, whatever. And so they don't have anything else to give you. And they're kind of just trapped in illusions, a world of illusions where it's necessary to try and play mind games with someone, to try and compete with someone, to try and hurt someone, to try and play games. That's where they're stuck. And how should I say this? What I found, what I'm reminded of, is that not engaging with that illusion with them is best. There's no point in engaging. They're in their own illusion. There's no need to join them. They can believe whatever they want to believe. It's because that's what they're going through. And it's like when you hold in your heart love and forgiveness, because you understand how the world is tricky, how life can be tricky, and how some people can get caught up in illusions where they think that this is how you're supposed to treat people. That being negative by, you know, trying to send subliminal hits at people, trying to discourage people, they think that that's the way to be. And you can forgive them and forgive yourself for ever taking it personally. And pretty much that's how I feel now. And it is freeing in a lot of ways. It's sort of like there's this book called Becoming Bulletproof. I can't think of the author. But there's this woman who was in the Secret Service, I believe, among other things. She's incredible. Please look up this book. She's an incredible person. She has interviews on YouTube, whatever. She always talks about, her book is called Becoming Bulletproof. And it's like mentally and also physically in a way. She gives you a lot of like things to how to handle situations, but also just mentally. Because most of the type of altercations that she deals with or situations are avoided by using your mind first. Like the goal is to avoid the necessity of something physical or something, she's a bodyguard and Secret Service. So in her field, the goal is to avoid like any type of like conflict is the last resort, which is I think how it just is in general too. But anyway, one thing she always talks about is what is your X? Like on a map, you're in a situation. What's your goal? All this stuff's happening. This person's being like this to you. This person's yelling this, and that. What's your goal? Your goal is to move, to find an opportunity for yourself and get where you're going, to be around people who are more like-minded and compatible. Okay. Then chances are engaging in this conversation, that's not getting you to your X. That's not getting you to your goal. And you really it makes it easier to reduce, like what is my goal here? And how does talking to you help my goal? It doesn't. Taking personally the things you say, that doesn't help my goal at all. Thinking about you, thinking about the things that you're doing, that's not helpful. It does nothing for me, actually. And that kind of mindset is very useful. And that's kind of what I'm just feeling in general now is a real connection with purpose and intention. And I'm just reminded that, again, yes, this is how he says it. I'll close with this. And the way that he talks about it, Dr. Wayne Dyer, who you can also Google, he has a lot of videos on YouTube, etc. Anyway, he's no longer with us. But he says, if I squeeze an orange, what's going to come out? He's like talking to his daughter or something. And she goes, orange juice. And he goes, are you sure? And she's like, yeah, orange juice. If you squeeze an orange is going to come out. He goes, not apple juice? And she's like, no, orange juice. And he goes, why? Why is the orange juice going to come out? And she said, because that's what's inside. And the truth is, the people in your life, when you squeeze them, or when life squeezes them, or when they feel squeezed, whatever's in them is what's going to come out. Not what you want to be in them, but what's actually there.